What's up guys, Lvladen here, and today I'm coming at you with a video on my Red Paladin. It is patch 9.2, and I want to update my stats a little bit from when I released my Ret guide, and even from before that when I said what my plans were for gearing. So I have now completed 2 sets of gear, actually technically 3 sets of gear because I have an alt Red Paladin. And I tested full mastery, I tested full haste, and now I'm messing around with a hybrid of haste, mastery, and versatility in my current build. Right here, I have my, I guess, 285 item level in PvP Ret running full haste, except for my neck piece here. Excuse me. My neck piece, I have a 240 verse 71 mastery neck, and I also have a 71 haste 240 verse neck. This is the only piece of my gear that I'm still iffy on. Keep going back and forth between these two, seeing which one I like. But let me read you out my stats real quick and go over some misconceptions about what happens with red damage when you build mastery versus when you build full haste. So one thing I noticed when I was doing my tests is the tooltip damage. Now the tooltip damage is bugged for red paladins for some reason. When you increase your mastery, your tooltip damage on your final verdict or your Templars verdict actually goes down. I'm not entirely sure why that is the case, but I did a bunch of tests that prove that the mastery build does in fact increase your damage over the haste build with a one hit of final verdict. So let me give you an example. Let me get my mastery buff on to show you guys. I'm gonna right click off the shield so it's not distracting. At the moment, I have on my haste build, I have where's it here? 36.75% mastery, 35% verse, and my strength is 2,196. My tooltip damage for my final verdict is 8,863. Sounds good. Sounds right. Now let me go to my full mastery build, where my strength is actually a little bit higher. It is 3 points higher. My mastery is roughly 46%, and my versatility is literally 0.25% lower. Just 0.25%. Very, very minimal difference. My Templars verdict tooltip is 802, or I'm sorry, 8,204. I don't know why I said 800. I meant 8.2k. It's 8.2k. That's a lower, right? So I went ahead and I did some damage tests. Now, in order to have an accurate damage test, I right-clicked off all my Celestial Guidance procs from my weapon. I right-clicked off all my Seraphim procs, and I did not use any Divine Purpose Templars verdicts. And I also did not use Judgment. So I'll show up on the screen right now my 10 Templars verdicts in my haste set versus my 10 Templars verdicts in my mastery set. Now, my 10 Templar verdict average for the mastery build was 9,491 on average, with a high of 9,708 and a low of 9,292. Now, my 10 test final verdict for my haste build was, let me see here, 8,647 for a minimum, 9,027 for maximum, with an average of 8,790. So what you can tell from this is it is actually a bug where the tooltip states that the damage is going to be lower the more mastery you get. For some reason, don't ask me, I don't know why. It is what it is. Now, in terms of what I've been playing with lately, I have gone to the hybrid haste build, where I run the set pieces on the helm, the shoulders, and, oops, I mean the full set. There we go, equip this set. So the helm, shoulders, chest, and gloves. And then on my off pieces here, I run the mastery neck, the final verdict on my cloak with haste and verse, the haste verse wrist pieces, the legendary unity on my belt with versatility, mastery, and movement speed. Uh-oh. What just happened here? The thing I was standing on disappeared. I don't know what to say. Cool. The haste versatility pants, the haste versatility boots, and 1 versus mastery ring and 1 haste versus ring. And then my trinkets, they actually vary depending on the matchup. If I'm going against, actually, for the most part, I've stopped using Aegis. I think Aegis is kind of a bait. It really does not save you ever. So I've gone with Emblem to increase the Shield of Vengeance shields and live a little bit longer in between goes. And then sometimes I have been running the Insignia of Alacrity, which is the haste trinket that gives you a pretty fat strength proc. So I do like that too, especially in DPS 2s, double DPS 2s. I run this. So let me go over a little bit of the differences between the two builds. So, for example, let me convert this all the way to my my full haste here. So the difference between the full haste build, let me get the trinket as well. Your global cooldown is very, very, very small. 1.22 seconds. I believe the base global cooldown is 1.5 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. So with 22.5% haste, you're able to drop it to 1.22 seconds. That is awesome. It feels very, very fluid. Your gameplay is very fast. And if you really wanted to, you could get it down even lower by converting your Unity to a haste versatility piece. But personally, I'm okay with having not absolutely maximum haste. I do like my mastery still doing things. You can fleshcraft for above 30% mastery, even with the full haste build here. Excuse me. With your ability cooldowns. So your ability cooldowns are 4.9 second recharge on Crusader Strike and 9.8 second recharge on Judgment and Blade of Justice. So your generators actually go on a significantly lower cooldown than their baseline. Let's compare this to the full mastery. So full mastery, 5.5 second recharge on Crusader Strike and 11 second recharge on Judgment. And that is, excluding the haste trinket. So you can run the haste trinket on the full mastery build as well, but I typically don't. I've almost just converted to the full haste build, and then when I want to, when I feel like doing some fun one-shot battlegrounds, I'll go to the full mastery and we'll like try for a 50k final verdict at some point. But yeah, guys, oh, let me show the difference in global cooldown as well. So what did I say for the full haste build here? We are at 1.22 second global cooldown for a full haste. And then for the full mastery, the global cooldown is 1.38 seconds. So as you can see there, it is a decent difference right there. And your weapon swing time, which keep in mind, the lower your swing time, or the faster your swing time, I should say, the more Seraphim and Wake of Ashes resets you're going to get. So it is, I think it's still up to you guys. It's still up to you. There are still rank 1 people running full mastery. There's rank 1 people running full hybrid. And then there's a decent chunk of players now that actually devote full mastery. Full haste. Full haste. I have not devoted full haste, and I don't plan to, actually. I really like my current gear setup. I've done so much experimenting trying to get something that I felt is right, and I'm comfortable with around 16% haste. This is like my benchmark. I will go no lower than 16% haste anymore, because this was the breakpoint where I started to feel that I was actually getting Seraphim procs almost all the time, and then enough resets on my Wake of Ashes. Now, there is one more thing that I wanted to talk about here. So with my current setup, I'm able to, enjoy arenas. We are pushing some rating. We're working on our Glad wins right now. We are 18 out of 50, and let me show you my ratings. I'm just updating my character while we're here. 2508 in 3s and 2231 in 2s. I haven't really done anything other than YOLO RBGs. I don't think I'll push RBGs. At least I have no plans to. I just like going into rated RBGs for fun. And our peak freeze rating at the moment is 2525, which is pretty cool. When we were at this rating last season, our placement was something like 1700. Like 1700. And now that we're 2508, our placement is 629. So we are much, much higher on the brackets. I guess that's due to rating deflation, which is pretty cool. Hopefully the ratings do inflate a little bit at some point. I have a goal of trying to get 3K this season. I think I can maybe do it if we get some inflation. But yeah, if you guys enjoy, feel free to follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Lvladen. Follow me on Twitter @Lvladen. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.